to delirium? Got the deception. There you are, mate. Right, do you want a straw? Right. I'm your spirit guide. An entity that remains a disincarnate spirit in order to act as a guide or protector to any incarnate human being. It's from Wikipedia, that. It's something like that, anyway. I've got the rest of it here on my phone. Where is the fucker? There it is. Right, I'll continue. The stereotyped ethnically with Native Americans, Chinese or Egyptians, we're popular for the perceived ancient wisdom. Other popular types of guides are saints or other enlightened individuals, totems, angels, guardians or nature spirits. I consider myself more of an enlightened individual. You know what I mean? I like the idea of being a nature spirit, but that gives the impression that you're going to be walking around everywhere bollock naked, you know what I mean? Not that I'm against that. I'd fucking love to do that. But, you know, it's not really the weather for it, is it? You know, Caribbean, Portugal, it's all right. But, you know, you're in Sheffield in February. I'm not going to do it. I've got me modesty to protect. Oh, shit, I nearly forgot, actually, mate. Yeah, don't overly worry about that, to be honest, mate. It's like, it's formality, it's ceremony, you know? It's like a bridal dress or Morris bells. You know, it happens all the time. I wouldn't be bothered about that if I were you, to be honest with you. Like, I've seen ones that just look like massive knobs. Yeah, you do have a point, to be fair, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's not really a speaking role, man. You can't really talk with the mask on. You know, you Tarzan, me spirit guide, me make you man. Yeah, that's how this is going to work. What's wrong? You can drink that through a straw, mate. It's not an issue. It's why I got it for you. You daft cunt. Right, anyway, I'm Pat. There's me business card. I don't normally go by that name though, because you get shortened to Di, and people expect a woman or fucking a vision of Lady Diana or something, and I hate to turn up and disappoint. You know what I mean? Actually, I'll have that one back. It's the only one I've got. Also, as well, it's got my Japanese number on it, so if you wanted to call it, it'd cost you a bomb, wouldn't it? So we can probably get through this quite quick, I reckon, Paul. Oh, actually, I forgot. Hi, hello, konnichiwa, willkommen. How you doing, mate? You all right? It's my usual intro, man. A bit of patter, but I'm seeing it's a bit one way at the minute, so that's all right. But yeah, let's teach young Paul about life. I've got it down here for you. If I say anything and you miss it, don't worry about it. We'll just write that off as ambiguous. You know what I mean? So here we are. Embrace life. Do what you want. Don't assume you know anything. And finally, most importantly, we're all gonna die. Right, you got that? Well, you know, I like all that morbid stuff, especially telling it to people like yourself, you know, younger people and that. They'll either feel shitted up completely, or they feel like they're a bit wise and they're a bit humbled, you know? So I quite like that. So you're all good? You got all of that, yeah? Fantastic. Right, I'll be getting off. Like, I don't like, you know, it doesn't really pay to sit in the pub all day with some geezer in a mask. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't like you, mate. You know, I really like you. I've just got other appointments, you know, other dickheads in masks to see, you know? So I'll be making me move. That is fucking lovely. You know, I try to rattle through these things where I can. You know, I've got so much to do. So, take care of yourself, brother. I'll have that back, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't, but you know, you're only getting one of these. Right. You know, for me to be able to go, you've got to be kind of like ready for me to go. Yeah, so, oh yeah, is that okay? Nice one, cheers mate. You're not fucking ready, are you, you fucker? Fuck's sake, I need another... What's going on? I need another one of them now and I've got no money. What do you mean you ain't got any money? Fuck's sake. Right, after these, we're going to have to slip out the back inconspicuously. Or as inconspicuously as we can anyway, with that fucking mask on. It's not that I wanted to get away from you back there. It's just I wanted to, just do something else. I understand it's hard to feel you've got it all covered when some cunts just turned up, gave you a bit of advice, fucked off, and now you're a man. It doesn't work like that. I understand. And obviously, some people just want more pat. You're not to blame for that. There's this one time, right, that I told this girl, as a fucking joke, I told her to go out with her brother. Take him out for a dinner, ride him. But she fucking did. She did it. I was joking. I'd be really shit at my job if I just told people to go and fuck their lives up. But anyway, she cracked on with it. It was her stepbrother, so, it wasn't... But then it was a bit. But, she told me afterwards that she was fucking empowered by it. You know what I mean? She could do what she wants. If she wanted to fuck her brother, she could. She didn't even want to fuck him, but she did. She could do it. And that's it really. You can do what you like. Most of the time you can reverse the negative outcomes as long as you don't burn your bridges too far. Do what you want. Embrace life. You see, it's a loop, this advice. I've got it written down here. If I can get into my pocket. Right. So embrace life, that's part of the course. But if you do it too much, morality starts to drop away. Or it becomes relative, you know what I mean? Which means do what you want, but the relative arrangement of morality means you can't do that all the time, because if you fuck all the monkeys, one of them's going to have AIDS, you know what I mean? Which brings you on to your next one. You don't know anything, and neither does any other cunt, You're all the same in that respect. And it's going to move you on to the single most salient point I'll teach you. We're all going to die. See, that's how this works. I was someone's conscience before. She was called Itzel, which in Mayan meant rainbow goddess. It's a different role being a conscience. It's like you're their invisible friend. You don't have to fuck off all the time like I do now. But she killed herself. I felt pretty bad about that. I mean, I had that on my... Well, But she thought she should feel bad about things, and at the time I agreed. I didn't get the sack though. They don't really sack you in this line of work. But it was shit. That's the thing I suppose with life, it's regret. It's kind of the bookends to life. The first thing you start with is regret. You get a few years grace period at the start, but then you hit puberty. You get the first stirrings of intelligence and self-awareness, and then bang, all of a sudden, gone are the wistful wanks in the Scottish Highlands, gone's the scribbling on your table at school with a biro. You can't get away with it anymore. Fucking neon lights, mate. Real life. You're on your way to death then. You start to see it as like a downward spiral. There's no more being in light shining your way forward for you. You've just got death ahead. Death and regret. And that's the last thing you get. regret. You'll regret the opportunities you didn't take. You'll regret ignoring the priorities that you had. You'll regret the people you fucked over. All the things you should have done sooner. Dying isn't so much shit, but it puts an end to all of the things that ain't shit. You know what I mean? And you'll regret not enjoying what wasn't shit when you had it. You know, there's two different types of people in this world. There's you, and then there's every other fucker. And the odds are always going to be stacked against you. I mean, you can never really see yourself. I mean, you know, you can't anyway, because that fucking mask. But what I'm trying to say is, why do you think people want art to hold a mirror up to nature? It's because they're desperately trying to see themselves. Do you know what I'm getting at? So, you don't know yourself, you don't know anything about the world, and then there's always people who are trying to brainwash you. I mean, and our defences against that brainwashing, frankly, don't stand a chance. When the same tiny group of a rich elite run your political system, your economic system, and your information, how are you ever going to understand anything outside of that? Your politics is corrupt, your economic systems are completely rigged, and the media is run with those interests in place to maintain it. How can you ever fully know yourself in that situation? How can you ever fully express yourself by writing that book you planned? Or just sitting around in your pants writing that poetry you're meant to write? It's not productive. It's not economically viable. So you're never going to do it. You can never know yourself. You'll only ever experience a slither of what's actually there. I kind of wish I had shoulder spirits, you know, the angel and the devil. Those jobs normally go to the really witty ones, like, you know, Ant and Dec, Morecambe and Wise, Fred and Rose. They've got that double act kind of feel to them. I'm more of a monologue kind of man. I think it's good to, you know, have someone telling you to do bad shit all the time. It makes you see your desire for what it is and confront it. So the devil part, for me, that's easy. The angel, now that's more difficult. Like, what is it? What does it represent? Is it purity? You know, what do you have, a dove? You know, I definitely couldn't be chaste. Neither could you, I imagine. I know some people can, but they're normally a bit mad, right? So maybe the angel's more like Winnie the Pooh. But then that doesn't really set up a very good debate between the shoulders, does it? I mean, he's even worse than fucking Jesus. So then it would make sense to have God, wouldn't it? If you've got the devil on this shoulder. But God's the judge. So what about Osiris, Muhammad, Siddhartha, your fucking yoga teacher? The problem with them is they're all too spiritual. But what about Gaia? She gave birth to the Titans. And do you know why she works? She works because she's your mother. I just wish I had these sometimes, that's all. Paul, mate, do you ever think about where you feel most at home? I mean, you've got a place where you come from, but most people fucking hate their parents or grew up in a shithole. You've got to fight to make a place your home. And no one's going to give it you. You know, especially if you're a dickhead, and especially if you've got mental health problems. I mean, for fuck's sake, when you start telling people today you've been wearing a mask and talking to a fucking vision guide cunt, people are going to think you're mental. And you are, like, really, innit? Well, I'm going to have a snout anyway. Do you want one? No, go on. It's a pivotal moment in your fucking life. Fucking suit yourself. There's no point rushing to an early grave, I suppose.
Shouldn't smoke so much, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's not like dating your brother. You know,
Well,
consequences aren't reversible. I reckon you should listen more. You know, get all the crap out of your head.
Yeah. The truth is, though, I don't see the world the same as you.
Do you want a hug?
Yeah, go on then. Oh, Paul, you're one prickly customer, mate. Oh, so this is it.
Guess so.
This ain't gonna look good.
Got less penis on it than mine.
That's not what I meant.
Thought you can't get fired in your line of work.
That's true. So, Paul, do you feel like a man?
No.
Shit.
It's not like mine, that one. It's meant to ward off evil spirits.
Yeah, they're the same. Just your one don't work. Well, in conclusion, mate, it's that old bastard, innit? Follow me, but don't follow me. The vision of one man lends its wings not to other men. I follow what the fuck I like, and you should do the same, mate. I'm going to piss off anyway, but you owe me for that fucking pint earlier.
Yeah, right.
You can get me it later.
You alright there? Nearly lost you for a second.